With us now being in the month of November, we've naturally had a lot of time to digest Minecraft Live 2021, to take in all of the information that Mojang given us, and this has gave me enough time in fact to make a list of 5 new secret features I believe we could see added with the Minecraft Wild update. Obviously some of them are a lot more likely than others, so if there's something you would like to see added, be sure you drop it down below in the comments and subscribe if you are new around here. But without going on for any longer, let's get right into the video. So as I said, what I've done here is I've made a list of 5 secret features we could see added with the Minecraft Wild update, and by secret features I basically mean things that Mojang have not specified or talked about or told us about, but they may add nevertheless. A perfect example of this is things like ruined portals and nether bastions, which were actually added with the nether update, even though Mojang never initially talked about them. Now the first thing I'm going to be talking about here is the Archaeology System, and I want to kind of skip over this one because we've all heard about the Archaeology System by now, but just in case you've not, it was actually revealed all the way back in 2020 with actually the Deep Dark and the Warden. It was originally meant to be added with the Minecraft Caves and Cliffs update, but just like everything else, it was delayed and delayed again. We do not know anything about this at the moment, if it's been scrapped forever or if Mojang will be adding it a bit further down the line, but I think the fact that they've kind of revived the Deep Dark and the Warden with the Wild update and they've pushed it back from the Caves and Cliffs update to the Wild update, I think it's quite likely that we could see something done similarly with the Archaeology System, where they kind of revive it and bring it back with the Wild update. That would make quite a lot of sense. And is it just me, or does the feeling of archaeology, going around exploring, searching for lost artifacts, does that not fit really well with the theme of the Wild update? I think it does. This would bring not only the dig sites that were shown back in 2020, but also the brush and all of the artifacts that can be found underground. As I said, I think it would fit with the Wild update perfectly. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Next up, we have more changes and updates to more biomes. Mojang really skipped over this at Minecraft Live, but the examples they gave us for what is going to be changed with the Wild update is the swamps and the birch forests. They did not mention anything about regular forests or plains biomes, for example, but I think it would be awesome, and it could actually be a very likely secret feature that Mojang would update a lot more biomes than they first initially stated. Let's not forget, when Mojang say they're going to update the biomes, this is basically an overhaul. They're going to freshen it up and give it the same treatment as they did with the mountains. Obviously it's a lot less difficult because they do not have to go through and fully change the terrain generation, which is going to be difficult, and change the height limit. They are just changing the basics of the biome and things like that. Like with the swamp, they're adding mangrove trees and they're changing up the terrain generation a bit. They're adding mud, and with the birch forest they're making the trees a bit taller, and that's all we really know about that at the moment. So maybe we could see them update the deserts, bring back those old cacti they shown us a very long time ago with the biome votes. Maybe we could see them add a few changes to the plains biome or something like that. That would be awesome. Let's go back to the example of the nether update again for a second. Initially they just said they were going to add 3 key biomes, which is the warped forest, the crimson forest, and the very spooky biome, where I just really tried to avoid it, but obviously they added quite a few more changes, and they added an extra biome to the nether, so I think it was a total of 4 with the nether update, whereas they initially meant it to be 3, so we ended up with a total of 4 biomes, whereas Mojang initially meant it to be 3, so I definitely think something similar could be done to that, where maybe if Mojang feel like they've got a bit of extra time, especially with the very very unspecific release date they gave us. Maybe they will go through and change up quite a few more biomes, because of course this is the wild update, the update to change up the overworld, so I doubt quite a bit that they will just change 2 of the many biomes in the game. Thirdly, I'm going to be talking about more LA features. Now, I feel like it was very underdeveloped at this recent mob vote. All they really told us is that it can be summoned to you with a note block and it will go and pick up items for you, but we really do not know much about the LA apart from that, just like we did not for the Warden. Since then, we've learned that the Warden will spawn out of the ground and will be summoned by Skulk Shriekers. Obviously, a lot of depth has been added to that mob now, but I feel like something similar will be done with the LA. It's not like we're just going to see these things flying around all over the overworld, unless that's how Mojang want it to be, but I doubt that very much. The overworld of Minecraft is usually quite tame and quite chilled out with that kind of stuff, but maybe we'll see the LA spawn in at night. But something I think Mojang will do is add some kind of a site where the LA can be found, just like with bees, you have to look for a beehive. Like that, maybe they could add some kind of a LA totem, maybe, which could be got from the Woodland Mansion, because it does look kind of similar to some of the mobs you find from the Woodland Mansion. So I definitely feel like we're going to be seeing some secret features to do with the LA in this world update, but apart from that, I really do not know much to say apart from that. The fourth thing is I think we could see a secret change to the despawn limit. Now, the reason it's been 5 minutes for the longest time was because of restrictions to hardware. It would be very difficult for systems to account for all of these many items lying around for a very long time in Minecraft, but obviously now we've got the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, some PCs. I think it'd be quite likely that Mojang will increase the despawn time so that maybe it will go from 5 minutes to 10 minutes. And the reason I say this is because of the LA. This mob is going to change everything. Let's say you've been on a long mining session and there's a bunch of cobblestone everywhere. Maybe if they increase the despawn limit to 10 minutes, it would then allow you to get an LA, give it some cobblestone, and allow the LA to go around and pick it all up for you. This would definitely add a lot more purpose to the LA, and I think it would make a lot more sense. Finally, the final secret feature I believe we could see is a self-growing forest. This was very untouched upon at Minecraft Live, but they are actually adding something to the new mangrove trees called propagules. Now, I'm going to be making a video about this in itself, breaking it down, talking about it, because it is quite complicated, but basically what these do is they grow on the leaves of mangrove trees, which is a new tree that grows in the swamp. Now, it was talked about how in real life these actually drop off into the water and float downstream to then actually grow more mangrove trees. Does this mean that in Minecraft we will see some kind of a self-growing forest that will actually continue to grow and spread? That could be very interesting. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. But this is 5 new secret features that we could see added with the Minecraft World Update. Which of these would you like to see the most, and which of these do you think is most likely? Is there anything else you could think of that could be added with the upcoming Minecraft World Update? Let me know down below in the comments. But it's been me, ItzJhief, everyone. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.